Today we are going to totally demystify English grammar. Seriously, forget all the complicated rules you think you know. We're about to show you a single, incredibly simple blueprint that is the secret behind almost every single sentence you'll ever need. Let's jump right in. Yeah, does it ever feel like that? You're not alone, you know? With all its weird rules and exceptions, English can honestly feel like a puzzle with a bunch of missing pieces. But what if I told you there's a master key, a really simple pattern that once you see it, makes everything else just click into place? So, here's our game plan. First, we'll uncover that foundational blueprint for any sentence. Then we'll meet the verb engine, the real powerhouse. We'll see how that engine can time travel, learn a cool trick for flipping the script, and finally, we'll put it all together into your very own communication toolkit. Okay, let's start with the big one. The blueprint, this is it. The fundamental structure, the absolute backbone of clear communication in English. And here it is. So simple, right? Subject plus verb plus object. Think of this little formula as the DNA of a clear English sentence. It answers the most basic question, who did what to whom. Everything else we're going to talk about today builds right on top of this powerful, simple foundation. Let's break this down really quick. The subject, in this case he, is the one doing the thing. The verb reads, well, that is the thing, it's the action, and the object, a book, is what's getting the action done to it. Subject, verb, object, see that? It's just a simple logical flow. Now, if that sentence blueprint is the body of a car, then the verb is the engine. It is the dynamic, powerful core that gives the whole thing life and tells it where to go. And here's the number one rule, it's non-negotiable. You absolutely cannot have a complete sentence without a verb. It's impossible. Think about it. The dog, the park, what does that even mean? It's just a bunch of words. But the moment you drop in a verb like ran to, suddenly you have an idea. The verb makes the action happen. Now, verbs basically come in two main flavors. On one side, you've got your action verbs. They tell you what the subject does, like wrote or study or think. On the other side, you have to be verbs. These tell you what the subject is, its state of being, you know, like in, she is a teacher. So it's really about doing versus being. Okay, so we've established the verb is the engine. Now let's talk about one of its coolest superpowers, the ability to time travel. This is what we call mastering tenses. The way a verb is spelled or phrased changes to tell us when an action happens. Is it in the past, the present, or the future? For example, the verb speak becomes spoke for the past, speaks for the present, and will speak for the future. It literally places the action on a timeline for your reader. First up is the simple present. This is your go-to for things that are just generally true or happen all the time. Think facts, habits, and routines. So a fact is the sun rises in the east. A habit is I read a book every night. Simple present covers both. Next, let's jump back in time with the simple past. This one's easy. It's for any action that is totally done, finished, over. I read a book yesterday. The action is complete. And notice the clever little pronunciation trick here. The spelling of read stays the same, but we say it like read. Same letters, different time. And looking ahead, we've got the simple future. This one's a piece of cake. It just signals something that hasn't happened yet. All you do is pop the word will in front of the main verb. Boom, I will read a book tomorrow. You're talking about the future. So, we have our blueprint, we have our time-traveling engine. Now let's get into a slightly more advanced technique. It's time to learn how to flip the script by using active versus passive voice. Okay, for 99% of your communication, the active voice is going to be your absolute best friend. Why? Because it's direct, it's clear, and it has energy. The subject, the star of the show, is right there at the beginning doing the action. It just makes your sentence so much easier to understand. And hey, does this structure look familiar? It should. It's our original blueprint, subject, verb, object. The student wrote an essay. It's perfect. We know exactly who did what. It's powerful. It's efficient communication. But sometimes the person doing the action isn't the star of the show. Sometimes you don't know who did it, or maybe you just don't care. You want to emphasize the thing that received the action instead, and that's when you bring in the passive voice. See how the structure flips? The object moves right up to the front. In the moon is sighted, our focus is on the moon. Who saw it? We have no idea. And for this sentence, it just doesn't matter. The passive voice lets us highlight the event. You see this a lot in scientific reports like the solution was heated to sound objective. Or even in the news when someone wants to avoid blame, right? Mistakes were made. This side by side makes it so clear. On the left, in active voice, the spotlight is on the student. On the right, in passive voice, the spotlight shifts to the essay. It's the exact same event, but we're just looking at it from a different camera angle. So here's the rule of thumb. Use active as your default and pull out passive as a special tool when you need to change the focus. And that brings us to our final section. Let's pull all of these pieces together and assemble them into a powerful toolkit so you can walk away from this and start building sentences with total confidence. So, let's do a quick recap of your new toolkit. Number 1. Always remember the subject-verb-object blueprint. 2. The verb is the engine. It gives power and time. 3. Tenses tell you when. And finally, know when to use the direct power of the active voice and when to use the special focus shifting tool of the passive voice. Mastering these is a total game changer. So from now on, here's your simple step-by-step checklist. First, ask yourself who or what is doing something. That's your subject. Then, what are they doing? That's your verb. Next, when is it happening? Set your tense. Finally, who or what is being affected? Add your object. If you follow this process, you will build strong, clear sentences every single time. So there you have it. We've cracked the code. You now have the fundamental blueprint for building clear, powerful, and effective ideas in English. The only real question left is, what great idea will you build next? The architecture is all yours.